but really go a little bit into this darkness and into your fears. And in the end, what you will most likely realize is that it's actually less scary than you think it is. And if you really go into the details of like what that fear really looks like played out to the end, you often see, you know what? And there's still a way out of that. And there's still going to be another, and that's still going to be another doorway to another lesson. And then there's still going to be someone's going to help me. And if that happens, then actually I have that friend that I can rely on. And actually my family member would actually come around and do whatever. Okay. But for everyone, it might look different. But even just playing that out kind of takes a bit of that fear, because often I feel like when we fear something, we actually just fear the idea of it without really going deep into it. And that actually could be much more scary than it actually is. I mean,
100%.
Does that make sense?
It does. No, you're complete. You nailed it on the head. And I think the story that I think still comes, that maybe the closer to my story, is that that's exactly what I had to be okay with doing. It was an exercise that I did, which was like, to your point, like, what if it does fail? How do I pay rent? Am I completely like, what's the worst that could possibly happen? Yeah, that's actually like, I went and I was like, there's a couple friends that I have in Tokyo that I'll definitely be able to like let me sleep on the couch, like worst case scenario, right? And then what it leads you to, I think what you're also trying, like the point you're making as well, is like, it leads you to the very end of your fear, which is, do you then take the risk? Once you've checked off all the boxes and really thought through the worst of the worst, is that risk worth taking? And then I think that's where it leads you to like, I jumped. I did take the risk, but like other folks will have to make that decision. They'll have to be really okay with like, are you okay with taking this risk? Because that's what it all ends up being, is it's a risk question and risk tolerance. And if you're okay with it, you may see what the reward could be.
And it's a choice, and it's a
True.
conscious choice, and you did make
Yes.
that conscious choice. And by the way, that's so cool. And that is so brave. And a lot of people are dreaming of doing that. Okay. And it's like most people will never take that leap of faith, right? And you did. So I think that's just amazing. I love it. And I love
Thank
being
you.
around people like you, and just, it's so cool. I don't know. And like, again, from a business perspective, it's super cool. But then also from a spiritual perspective, like following your joy, following your excitement is actually the only thing you can do in life, because the happier you are and the more you create the life that you want to create, the more you'll be able to be a light in the world, right? To help others.